Today, I want to share with you a book I just finished reading called Lean In by Sheryl Sandberg. And I want to tell you a little bit about my thoughts and why I think this might be a good book for you to pick up and read. Hi, I'm Lori, author and creator of LoriThayer.com. So recently, just from the library, I downloaded the audiobook for Sheryl Sandberg's Lean In. And can't even remember why I picked it. Thought it looked interesting, and was frankly trying to do a little bit more reading in the business book arena because I love my fiction books, but I need to balance that out with some good business books and informational nonfiction books as well. So I like listening to audiobooks because I can listen to them faster. I listen to this book at double speed most of the time with the Overdrive app. So check out if your library has that. Now this book is by Sheryl Sandberg, and she is this chief operating officer, the COO of Facebook. And she also worked for Google and a number of other interesting places. So she's definitely, higher up in the ranks of running a company. And her purpose in writing this book and in starting to speak out for women, is to get women to maybe stay in the workforce a little bit more or maybe try a little harder. She's saying that there's definitely still a whole lot fewer women running companies than there are men, which none of us can deny. Um, so she's definitely trying to encourage women for that. So whether you're interested in that or not, I think this is a very good book to read or listen to. And actually, while I was listening to part of it, I had my husband and our two boys in the car as well. And my husband is a teacher, a high school teacher, and he said, the information that he was hearing, he's like, this would be good for anybody. And there are definitely parts of the book that, I would recommend anybody could read. There are some chapters that are more women specific. This is one of those books that I know I will want to read several times. But some of the main takeaways that I personally got for it that I want to use is, she highly recommended if you're a female, you're running your own business or you're working in a company and you have a partner, as women, we tend to take on more of the chores and the care of the kids and running the household kind of things, right? But we just naturally tend to do it, and sometimes we think it is not worth the effort to try and share that responsibility. But she said, if women really want to reach for more and they either want to make that business work or they want that high powered position, you really need to share the responsibilities with your partner. And while my husband and I do pretty well at this, I still feel like I do more. Now, that may or may not be true. We will see. But I was inspired by listening to her to at least, have another discussion about it with my husband of, what am I doing? What's he's doing? Do we feel it's fair? Should we, change some things? And we may not. But I think having that discussion is really good. So another thing that she said that I really liked, she talked about how when you are working with somebody and instead of just asking them for something, first offer and ask what you can do for them. And I have read about this in other books and I definitely think it's a great concept. I'm not sure that I've put it into practice yet, but I definitely want to try doing that more. And she had a really good example of getting some harsh feedback herself, and when she really learned that I need to be doing this. Another thing that was really good, that I actually brought up in my workplace, because it's something we do very well, is having that feedback often with whoever you're working with, coworkers, boss, clients, vendors, whatever you've got. So she said when she started to work for Mark Zuckerberg as the CEO of Facebook, they said, you know what, let's have weekly meetings and, have give that feedback, and she had asked him for that and he said, you know what, I want that as well. And so she said now after working there quite a few years, they don't need to have those meetings because they actually do instantaneous feedback. this is something that's very built into my process at work in agile software development. So we do this, but I think it's good to take and start to implement more in other areas of my life as well. So I thought that that was really good. And it's a very thought-provoking book. Um, Sheryl Sandberg has also done one or two, I think two TED Talks. And the first one, I think, was kind of what got this book rolling. It really created a lot of controversy and a firestorm, so you may feel really strongly. I definitely didn't agree with everything that she said, but I think it's a very good thought-provoking book, and there are some really good gems in there, and it's probably going to help you out. Think about your business and how you're running your household, and you know, I she is very right about some of the things that we women do, and I think she's has some very good techniques that we can use to help ourselves progress, where sometimes we don't necessarily. And right now, specifically, I'm thinking about women tend to be less likely to advocate for themselves. We're more likely to advocate for somebody else. We're not ones to toot our own horn. But she gave some very good ideas for how you can do this as a woman, and it feels right and it's more genuine. So I highly recommend you go read or listen to the book Lean In by Sheryl Sandberg. If you want more great ideas for being an effective mompreneur and having a fulfilled, balanced life, please come visit me at laurithayer.com.